How you going, guys? And welcome back to another video. Quite simply, this is just as the title suggests, no clickbait. The Scarif update has been delayed until the later month of, this month, but later on. So it's not coming out in mid-April like was promised, which is a bit of a downer, because this was supposed to come out in March, and then we heard nothing through March. And we reached the beginning of April, then it was said that it was going to come out in the middle of April, and it still hasn't come out. But I think we all knew collectively that this update was not going to come out mid-April. You know, the signs were really obvious. Ben Walk, you know, who did a great job as the community manager in turning this game around, he can only do so much with what he was given. And now his new role, it probably entails him to, you know, keep his mouth quiet about certain things, and he can only say certain things because he's not the role of community manager anymore. And he did play a major part in this game's turnaround. You know, it has to be said. I think it's been said by every single Battlefront YouTuber in the community that he turned this game around, quite literally. I mean, you know, with the content from the developers was one thing, but the communication between him and the fans on platforms such as Reddit, Twitter, or what have you, it's something that I think should be an inspiration to any aspiring person looking to break into that field, about, you know, of any field, and showing that communication between consumer and, you know, buyer is very important. But quite simply, the tweet just says, "Attention players, the Battle of Scarif update in Star Wars Battlefront 2 and its accompanying community transmission will be delayed to later in the month of April. Thank you all for your patience and support. We're excited to share more news soon." And look, I know this isn't ideal right now, and we would have all liked the update to come out sooner, especially with us all being, you know, most of us being stuck indoors. You know, it's the perfect time to release a batch of new content for us all to sit back and enjoy. And it would have been nice to have gotten this information sooner. That's one thing that I don't think is defensible here on EA's part. I think they should have... To me, I would rather... If you know you're not going to release the update till the end of the month, right, that's pushed back another 15 days. So they knew probably from last week that this update was not going to come out mid-April. So, you know, if anything, they should have told us last week. I think the signs were pretty obvious. I think people could tell that the update was going to be delayed, and we could all kind of see it. And all the best thing to do right now is just sort of, you know, kind of suck it up and deal with it. It's hard, but, you know, it's hard for everyone all around with everything that's going on in the world. You know, I mean, I get it. You know, I get it. We all wanted this. We all wanted this, myself included. But there's nothing that we can really do, so we can complain and vent, but I think just try and keep it civil, people. Try and keep it civil. Don't go nasty or anything like that. It's not an ideal situation, but it's the best of what we can do. And in all honesty, it may not even be to what's going on in the world at the minute. It may be because there's something in the update that needs patching up. You know, the last thing you want to do is release an update that's half-assed or, you know, broken or glitchy. And, you know, quite frankly, Battlefront 2 team, every single update has a whole load of bugs and glitches. But, you know, that's just part of the game package. You know, it's just part of the process. But guys, they do work hard, you know, and because we don't know a lot of the ins and outs of that industry like a few other people, I think it's easy for us to sit back and say what's what and complain. But we're not in the positions that they're in. As I said, it could be just a simple case of, let's say it's a skin, you know, it's causing a bug in the game, or, you know, I mean, that's not really an excuse or anything, but you know what I mean. I'd rather have the update complete, no bugs, no glitches, fully complete, and ready to deploy. You know, I don't want 70% of an update. I want 100% of the update. And if they need to take another 2 weeks, then I'm all for it. I get a lot of people are going to be disappointed with this. Trust me, I'm disappointed too, you know. I've been bored at home watching reruns of TV shows. And I just want to mention this right now. There's always all these great videos about the potential of Battlefront 2, and I've got one lined up, but quite simply, this game is never going to reach its potential. Quite simply put, because of canon restrictions that have just, you know, they limit creativity. The lack of content that comes overall. Now, I am happy with the content that we get, and people will use the free update excuse. This is a game me and many others paid £80 for, and the game was probably worth a tenner when it came out. A tenner. And only as of the last year has it been worth the money. That's when the turnaround was when they added from the Geonosis update onwards is when this game really turned a corner. And when the Geonosis update happened, that's when I feel like I got my money's worth. That's what I bought the game for. So with these free updates, I'm happy that they're still giving, content to the community to keep the game alive, enforcing the livelihood of the game and the lifespan. But don't be surprised if we're entering the final year or even the final batch of content, because we have no idea if there's any content coming up for this after this update. And what if they're just working on content for this update only and that's it? Because we know nothing about what's coming in the next few months, and this has obviously sparked a lot of controversy amongst the fandom of the game. Is it, going to be finished? And I think these are questions that we do need to answer, because, obviously, judging on what we know, there are developers that have left the team, Ben Walk's changed positions, the lack of communication lately about the content, taking the option to buy certain things out of the game, putting all the skins on milestones, and doing like other little things for those who bought the Celebration Edition. A lot of signs are pointing to this game coming near its end, and if it does, then I feel like I will have got my money's worth. I feel like I will have got my £80 well spent. I'm not sure how much you guys paid for it, but I pre-ordered the deluxe edition when it came out. So in all honesty, as I said, this game has really been at its best last year onwards. So 2019 was the year this game turned a corner. The end of 2017 was a bummer. The whole of 2018 was a mess, but 2019 was where this game really came into its element. It really turned a corner, and it has to be said that the hard work of the guys at DICE and EA or whoever did a fantastic job in turning it around. But to get back onto the point, it is disappointing that, we're not going to be getting any content for another 2 weeks, but that's part of the package, guys. I think we're just going to have to deal with it. We can scream into a void all we want and complain all live long day, but I think, unfortunately, we're just going to have to roll with it, and I think that's the way we have to go. It's a shame, it's disappointing, and I really wish it wasn't the case, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, guys, comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are on the situation. Try and keep it civil down there. And also, comment down below your favourite hero from Battlefront 2. Interested to get a little conversation going down in the good old comment section. I might do more Battlefront 2 videos. I'm not too sure. I'm undecided, but I might do them. But feel free to check out my other reactions or theory videos or analysis videos. And I will see you all in another video soon. Be excellent to each other. May the Force be with you. Always.